Good morning, dear students. Am I audible? Am I audible, dear students? Okay. Good morning, Nippon, OP, Wesley. Good to see some familiar names here. We'll just start in another minute or so. Let's wait for a few other students to join in. So before we start, all those who are here, yes, all those who are here, I would just like to tell you that we will be having every day from Tuesday to Saturday. Yes, Tuesday to Saturday, TSM Quick Revision. The course that I have designed for you, we'll be having it every day, Tuesday to Saturday at 10 a.m. And the course is called TSM Quick Revision. In this PSM quick revision, there are episodes to this revision. ठीक है, 1 घंटे का revision होगा every day. Definitely, there are going to be MCQs with the important topics that you want to learn. Okay, because we couldn't meet yesterday. Today, I am starting with biostatistics, one of the most important topic for NEET PG, FMG, AIMS, JIPMER, everything. There is no escape from biostatistics. And I always keep getting this question that biostats में क्या पढ़ना है, क्या नहीं पढ़ना है. So this week I am spacing biostats today, tomorrow, and maybe on Thursday as well. Okay, and then we will have a TND of biostatistics on Saturday on whatever you are studying. Today, you can also drop in the topics that you want to study in this entire July. We are here meeting at 10 to 11. So as many of you can join in, it will be good for you, because again and again, I'm telling you, PSM is one such subject which will help you fetch a rank. Today at 5 p.m., I'm doing a YouTube session also on high yielding topics for PSM, for NEET PG, FMG. You can join in. Look at all the high yielding topics that I have to tell you and what questions are exactly asked. Is that okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're listening and you're okay with this schedule that I'm planning for you. Okay? Stethoscope, Shikha, Rachita, Garima, good to see familiar names. Please put out the topics that you want to learn. We can just give 2 minutes to that before we proceed to the MCQs. Let me know any other topics. Next week, I'm planning national health programs where I will be covering tuberculosis elimination program, national AIDS control program, vector-borne diseases, and RMNCH plus A as the top priorities. All right. Okay, everybody, is that okay? Okay, please drop in the message in your other groups also, so that more number of students can join in. All of you know this is the free class, but this is just a teaser or a trailer of what actually happens in the crash courses or the concise course. Okay, so all those who are new to this platform, just 1 minute it's going to take. I'm Dr. Neha, your mentor and guide for PSM. So you can follow me on my Instagram, on my YouTube, on my Telegram, and you can subscribe to my Concise course, which is starting from which is starting from this one, 13th of July to 15th of August. There we're going to discuss all the high yielding MCQs, topics, chapter wise discussion hoga, and it's like a crash course, and in 1 month we're going to cover the entire PSM, all right, with concept, revision, and MCQs. So you can use my code Dr. Neha 10 to get a 10% off on UNACADEMY. Is it okay? All right, so you just have to, is it for PG or FMG? TS, this particular session that we're having on biostats today is definitely for all you students. Okay, crash course is also can be joined by PG and FMG students all, because 1 mahine mein a quick revision of TSM is going to happen. So you have nothing to lose. It will, you will be able to revise everything along with MCQs, and it will be like a brush up and an opportunity that you should not miss. All right. Okay. So are you okay with the topic of biostats today? Are you okay with the topic of biostats today? All right. Again and again, I'm saying you can drop in whichever you want to study over the coming weeks. So today, biostats, I have spaced into 2 topics: measures of central tendency, graphical representation, and types of variables. All right. Okay. So, meanwhile, please put out on your groups also to join in. The students should join in. This is a free class. Make most use of it. Okay, so the first question is, which is the most affected measure of central tendency? All right, so now mark your answers. Read it very carefully. All right, which is the most classes for 1 hour, Dr. Nishu. If you're here for which class, if you're talking about the crash course or the concise course, that will be every day 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. 2 hours. Okay? All right, good. Okay, so I see Om Prakash. Please do not put your answer on the comment section. Wait for the poll to end. Pehle poll karo, then we'll be discussing all the answers. All right, is it okay? Give me a thumbs up if it's okay with everybody. Okay, so I can see most of you have got it. 60% of you got it correct. All right, so the most affected measure of central tendency is mean. Okay, now a quick revision. Why is mean the most affected measure of central tendency? Why not median? Why not mode? All right, so let us quickly go to the discussion part of it. Okay, good morning to everybody. Those who are joining in currently, we are discussing PSM MCQs of biostats today. All the high yielding topics we are going to cover. Okay, I would again ask each one of you to please put it out on your group so that more and more students can join in. It's a free session. Make use of it. All those who've joined in, this is the first question. Which is the most affected measure of central tendency? Okay, so iska answer hai mean. Now, why is mean the most affected measure of central tendency? All right. So my first question to all of you is, what are the measures of central tendency? Put in the comment section below quickly. So this is our first topic of the day, measures of central tendency. We're going to do all the MCQs pertaining to it also. Okay, what are the measures of central tendency? Put in the comment section below. Mean, median, mode. Very good. So there are 3 measures. Okay, mean, median, and mode. All right. Okay, now we all know that what is this central tendency means, or what is the meaning of central. Central means that value, okay, which is representative, okay, of a data set. It is the meaning of central is that particular value which is representative of a data set. Now look very carefully. Suppose we have a class of 50 students and we have the weight of 50 students in the class of 12th class. Manlo it is 51, 62, 81.3, all right, so on and so forth, 41.4. Okay, Shikha, we will discuss that also. All right. Okay. Yes, so 51, 62, 81.3, 41.4, 50.6, 90.2, ऐसे करके आपके पास weights होते हैं. All right. So these are individual weights, which is that weight which is representative of this data set. Okay, that will be the central value. Okay, which could be mean, median, mode. Are you with me? Did you understand? Okay, from that data set, there will be one value which will be representative of that data set. All right, that is the central value around which all these individual values will be clustered. Is it okay? Are you with me? Give me a thumbs up if you're with me. All right, so we spoke about mean. Mean ka formula kya hota hai? Let us quickly see here. Then I will tell you why is the mean most affected measure of central tendency. Okay, mean is nothing but sum of all observations. ठीक है, sum of all observations divided by the total number of observations. ठीक है, that is mean. Okay, and what is median? Median is the middle value. Okay, when you arrange your data, okay, when data is arranged in ascending, ठीक है, or descending order. ठीक है, and what is mode? Mode is the most repeated value. ठीक है, in a data set. Are you clear with this definition? They ask this also in the MCQ straight away. They give the definition of mean, median, mode, and you have to answer which is the correct one. Now, all those who've joined in late, this was our first question: which is the most affected measure of central tendency? Now, why is mean most affected measure? Dekho, if you look at this formula, when you are going to do the mean, you are taking into account all the observations. Okay, but when you're doing the median, you will only be taking the middle value. So even if you have outliers in your data set, okay, outliers are extreme values which will pull your data to either side, okay, that will not be included because you only have to take the middle value. Mode में क्या होता है? It's the most repeated value. Now, it is not necessary that outlier will be the repeated value. Therefore, which is the most affected measure of central tendency? This was a repeated NEET PG question. It is mean. Is it okay to everybody? Did you understand? All right. Now, I will ask you one question here. That, one second. Before we go to the next question, I will ask you another question. All right, which is the best? I just want the answer to this because we've already discussed it. Which is the best measure of central tendency for skewed data? All right, which is the best measure of central tendency? Very good, Roy. It is median. Everybody, do you remember this? Okay, for skewed data, that means that outliers are present. So it is going to pull my data to either side. All right, and therefore when your data is arranged in ascending or descending order, the outliers will go to one extreme and will not be included. That is why the best measure of central tendency for skewed data is median. All right, uske baad I have a question for that stethoscope user. Just wait for the question. I think I have it the very next one. Okay, then you're going to understand it better. All right, okay. And the last question for all of you is, statistically speaking, okay, statistically speaking, which is the best measure of central tendency? So which is the best measure of central tendency, guys? Put in the comment section below. Which is the best measure of central tendency statistically, if we speak? Which is the best measure? Mean. Very good, Roy. Okay, mean is the best measure of central tendency because it is taking into account all the observations. Okay, so now is it clear to everybody? Statistically speaking, which is the best measure of central tendency? Which is the best measure of central tendency for skewed data, and also most affected measure of central tendency? Is it okay? Now can we go to the next question? So I hope none of you are going to do this, going to make a mistake in this. Okay, chalo, let's go to the next question. Yes, the incidence of malaria in an area was, let me start the poll for 30 seconds and you can mark it. Guys, please put out the message on your groups as well for people to join in. This is an important session to cover biostatistics. ध्यान से देखो, I do not see people getting the right answer. The incidence of malaria in an area is so many. Okay, 20, 20, 50, 56. Okay. Yeah, 1 second. Yes. All right. So I see that I got a number of mixed answers in this. Abhi dekho, let me, before we discuss it, least affected, very good, Anurag. Ab isme dekho, this was one of the NEET PG 2017 questions. Okay. The incidence of malaria in an area is 20, 20, 50, 56, 60, 5,000, 678, 898, 345 and 456. Which of these methods is the best to calculate the average incidence? Abhi isme aapne kya dekha? What is that? All the values that you think of are okay other than this 5,000. Okay, this is very different from rest of the values. The incidence in a particular class and in a particular area of malaria, this value is like very different. All right, what is this value called, guys? Put in the comment section below. What is this value called? What is this value in a data called? Kya hai ye? We just did it. Outliers. Very good, Rachita. So if you look at this data set, you can make out from here that outliers is present in the data set. So if outlier is present in a data set, what does it mean? It means that it is a skewed data. All right, skewed data है ये. So skewed data में क्या होता है? My distribution would either be pulled to the right or to the left. Yes, skewed data. Now, for a skewed data, अगर आप इसमें mean लगाओगे, what is going to happen? You will be taking into account all the observations, 20 plus 20 plus 50, 56, 65,000 also आप उसमें calculate करोगे, right? So you will be taking into account all the observations, all right? But if you calculate median in this, तो आप जब इसको ascending या descending order में like arrange karoge, 5,000 is going to move towards one extreme. Is it okay? And this will not be considered. Therefore, the best method to calculate the average incidence over here is which one? Median. Is it clear to everybody? Now, why is it not mode? Because maybe this outlier is not the most repeated value. Okay, जरूरी नहीं है कि 5,000 most repeated value होगा. This could be repeat. This could be coming only once. All right, is it okay, everybody? Therefore, the best method to calculate average incidence in case of a outlier or a skewed data is median. Data set ध्यान से देखना, अगर ऐसा question आता है तो उसमें outlier होगा ही होगा. Is it okay? Is it okay to everybody? All right, give me a thumbs up if it's fine with everybody. All right, now let us go to the next question. ठीक है? Okay. Are you ready to do this? This was asked in NEET PG 2017. So mark it very carefully. All these topics you do not study and you end up making mistakes. All right. Out of 11 births in a hospital, 5 babies weighed over 2.5 kg and 5 weighed less than 2.5 kg. So my question is, what value does 2.5 represents? Okay. Out of 11 births in a hospital, 5 babies weighed over 2.5 kg and 5 babies weighed over less than this. Okay. So I see that only 32% of you have got it correct. Okay, so Dr. Nishu Goel is leading with 2 out of 3, Anurag 2 out of 3, Girishma 2 out of 3, TS. All right, no problem. All of you, these are difficult topics and you need to, be sure of what you're doing. So you need to learn it very nicely. Abhi isme dekho. Out of 11 births in a hospital, okay, what happened? 5 babies weighed over 2.5 kg and 5 weighed less than 2.5. मतलब जितने भी births हुए, all right, 11 births हुए, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now suppose, are you listening to me? Give me a thumbs up if you're listening to me. Give me a thumbs up. This is a very important MCQ. ठीक है? Suppose there were 11 births in a hospital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. ठीक है? So 11 births हुए hospital में and 5 weighed 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 weighed less than 2.5 kg. ठीक है? And 5 weighed 5 babies weighed over. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 weighed over 2.5 kg. Now, what is this? Put in the comment section below. What is this? What do you call this value here? What is it? Put in the comment section below. ये value यहाँ पे क्या है? Median है. What is it actually? This is the middle value. Now, is it clear to everybody? It was very simple. All right. Now, 5, just draw it, 11 births हुए, 5 babies weighed over 2.5 kg and 5 babies weighed less than 2.5 kg. So यहाँ पे क्या हो गया? What value does this 2.5 represents? This is the middle value, and so this becomes the median. Is it okay to everybody? So the correct answer here was median. Is it okay to everybody? Did you understand this? Why it cannot be the mode? Because we do not know that if this value is the most often repeated value or not. That we are not aware of. Okay? All right. Did you understand, everyone? All right. Okay. Can we go to the next question? Mean definitely नहीं होगा, because हमें कहीं से भी ये नहीं पता चल रहा है what are the other values and whether observations average needs to be taken or not. ठीक है? चलो, let us go to the next question. Okay, this is a very simple question. We are talking about measures of central tendency. So mark the answer to this. A very, very simple question. Which can have more than one value? Mean, median, mode, any of the above. Mark karo, which can have more than one value. Yes, this is a very simple and a very easy question. Om Prakash, let's poll it first. Then you can give your answers in the comment section. Okay. So again, I see that only 50% of you are getting it right. Okay, let's let the poll end. Okay, so the correct answer to it, Dr. Nishu is leading 3 out of 4, Anurag 3 out of 4, Grishma 3 out of 4. All right. Now, which can have more than one value? So, what is the definition? What is the definition of mean, guys? It is the total of all observations divided by the number of observations. So, obviously, ये mean नहीं है. ठीक है? What is median? Median is the middle value when arranged in ascending or descending order. What is mode? Mode is what? That the number of times a particular value has been repeated. That means it can have more than one value. All right. So the correct answer to this is mode. Is it clear to everybody? This was very simple. The correct answer to this is mode. More than one value, or they can ask you which value is repeated more often. Okay, so just keep these definitions in mind and you will be able to understand it. Is it clear? Give me a thumbs up if it is clear to everybody. Okay, all right. Now let us go to the next question. Now, dhyan se padho, somebody was asking me this. This is an AIMS PG May 2015 question. Okay, in a survey of sleep. All right. So let me first mark the answer for you. Yes. Now read it very carefully. In a survey of sleep apnea scores among 10%, the highest value obtained of 58 was wrongly recorded as 85. This will affect the final results as. Very good. I see most of you are getting it right. Very good. All right. Very good. Okay. All right. All right. So 60% of you have got this answer correct. Now, इसमें क्या पूछा था? Let's discuss it. I'll share the leaderboard at the end. In a survey of sleep apnea scores among 10%, the highest value obtained of 58 was recorded as 85. Now, that means you have 10 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And the highest value that was obtained of 58, actually it was 58, but it was wrongly recorded as 85. So when you are going to calculate the mean, what is mean? Mean is total observations, the sum of total observations divided by the number of observations, right? So यहाँ पे when you're going to divide, when you're going to add up all the observations, instead of 58, you will be adding up 85. So obviously your mean is going to increase, है ना? आपको जहाँ पे 10 plus 12 plus 13 plus 58 करना था, you will be doing 10 plus 15 plus 18 plus 85. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Okay, give me a thumbs up if it's clear to everyone. So you will be adding up 85 instead of 58. So obviously your mean is going to increase. ठीक है. But let's talk about median. Median में क्या होगा? That the highest value obtained of 58 was recorded as 85. That means that it's the highest value. So when you're going to arrange your data in ascending or descending order, this value is going to go to one extreme. All right. Therefore, this will not be included in the calculation. That will not be the middle value. Therefore, there will be no change in the median. Is it okay to everybody? It's a very simple question. It will lead to increase in the mean. However, there will be no change in the median. Okay. These questions have been repeated very often and you cannot afford to make a mistake in these questions. Okay. All right. Now, can we go to the next question? Is it clear? Okay, can we go to the next question? Chalo. The next question is, this is a straightaway NEET PG question. You don't have to use your minds a lot. You just need to know the formula for this. Okay, so mark the correct formula for this. That's it. You don't have to think about a lot. You need to know what is the correct formula for bimodal distribution. So bimodal distribution represented by mode. Yes, I see 50% of you are getting it correct. All right. Okay, bimodal distribution is represented by. Okay, so don't beat your brains around this a lot. The correct answer to this is. Okay, so Anurag is leading 5 on 6, TS 5 on 6, rest 4 on 6. Okay, no problem. All of you are doing good. So bimodal distribution is represented by this formula. Just know this formula. These are direct questions and these are done by statistical softwares only. So you just need to know this, that mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Is it okay? Is it clear to everybody? All right. Okay, can we go to the next question of biostatistics? Okay. Okay. Now tell me this question. This is a NEET PG 2017 question. This can also be asked in your FMG examination. Okay. Centile divides data into. So let me mark the correct answer. This is very important. Centile divides the data into how many equal parts? Is it 100? Is it 4? Is it 10? Is it 20? So what are these questions? You know, these questions of dividing the data into certain parts is very important. Okay, these are certain repeated questions. All right, and also most important questions. Okay, so I see that only 33% of you got it correct. Okay, no problem. So Bala Murugan is leading 5 on 7. Good. Okay. Dr. Nishu also 5 and 7. Anurag also. Okay. Now देखो, centile divides the data into 100 equal parts. Okay. Now what is this dividing a data thing? All right. Now if you remember, I'll put it in a new slide. Just pay very good attention to this. These are very important questions. We have a concept of quartiles. Okay. Quartiles क्या होते हैं? This is my data set. A quartile divides my data, okay, into 4 equal parts. Okay, yes, very good, Dr. Nishu. Quartile divides my data into 4 equal parts. So 4 equal parts mein we have 3 quartiles. Okay, now see, if we have a data from 0 to 100, these are my 3 quartiles that have divided my data into 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 equal parts. Is it okay? And these 4 parts, yahan pe dekho, these 4 parts are 25% each. Is it okay to everybody? This is very simple. All right. Similarly, if I ask you pentile, can anybody tell me pentile divides your data into how many equal parts? Pentile divides your data into 5 equal parts. Okay. So ऐसे करके अगर आप बनाओगे, your data is from 0 to 100. Okay. And Nipon, if you have some doubt, please put in the comment section below. Okay. Now pentile is going to divide my data into 5 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So although it divides my data into 5 equal parts, All right, we have 4 pentiles. Is it clear? ये फर्स्ट पार्ट में डिवाइड किया, ये सेकंड पार्ट में डिवाइड किया, ये थर्ड पार्ट में, ये फोर्थ पार्ट में, ये फिफ्थ पार्ट में. So what happens? We have 4 pentiles where the data is divided into 5 equal parts, and each data represents 100 by 5 kar do. Very good, Rachita. 20% each. Is it clear to everybody? Is it clear this concept? You also have an MCQ to solve from this, which is very important. Okay, so this is about the pentile. A pentile is divided into 5 equal parts with the help of 4 pentiles. Similarly, the question that was asked to all of you, the question that was asked is centile. So centile divides my data into 100 equal parts. Okay, so ऐसे करके अगर मेरे पास डेटा होगा, my centile is going to divide it into 100 equal parts. So each part would be what? 1 by 100. Okay, and I'm going to have 99 centiles. Okay, it is dividing it into 100 equal parts, but I will be having 99 centiles. Is it clear to everybody? Give me a thumbs up if it is clear to everybody. Did you all understand this concept? This is very, very important. ठीक है? और इसमें देखो, they've asked in NEET PG also. They've asked in other entrances also. All right? Is it okay to everybody? All right. So can we go to the next question now? This concept, if it is clear, you will be able to answer the next question as well. Okay. Okay. Now think very carefully and mark this. All right. Okay. Let me put your poll. Let me put the answer to this first. Now read it very carefully. Blood pressure data of 200 persons were collected. The first quartile BP of data was itna and third quartile was 110. How many patients lie between third and fourth quartile? Guys, look at this number. Look at this number. Look at the total number before you answer it. All right. So 6. Yes. Since I gave you a hint, you were able to answer it. Good. Look at this total number before you answered your question. All right. Okay. Okay. I'll share the leatherboard at the end. Okay. So यहाँ पे मुझे क्या पूछा? मुझे बोला blood pressure data of 200 persons were collected. That means I have 1 to 200 people. मेरे पास 200 लोग हैं. ठीक है? First quartile BP was itna, third quartile was itna. How many patients lie between third and fourth quartile? That means I am talking about, suppose 0 to 200, and I am talking about quartiles. That means I have 4 parts. Okay? But these 4 parts are constituted by what? Q1, Q2 and Q3. 3 quartiles. Right? So each part is having 25%, 25%. This you all know, 25%, 25%. अब यहाँ पे देखो, we have 200 people. All right, so 200 people मतलब if you're going to distribute it, ये कितना हो जाएगा? This is 50. All right, this is 50, this is 50, this is 50. So between the third and fourth quartile, this is the Q3 and this is the Q4. Q3 से पहले कितने लोग हैं? 150. Q3 के बाद कितने लोग हैं? 50. Is it clear to everybody? Now do you understand it? Give me a thumbs up if you understand it. So this question is going, this answer is going to come 50. Is it okay? तुम अपने सोचो, क्वार्टाइल्स में हमने डिवाइड किया. यू डिड नॉट वरी अबाउट दिस 94 और 110 वैल्यूज. ओके, you have divided into 4 parts with the help of 3 quartiles, and each part is 25, 25, 25 each. So Q3, how many patients lie between third and fourth? Obviously 50. If they'd ask you how many patients lie between Q2 and Q4, it will be 100. Is it clear? All right, can we go to the next question? Okay, all right. So these are some of the basic questions that you need to know. Now tell me the answer to this. This was asked in one of the NEET PG examinations. Which type of diagram it is? You know that we're getting a lot of image-based questions these days. Okay? So this graphical representation of data is very important. All right? Okay, so which type of this thing is this? All right, so I see 75% of you are getting it correct. Yes, this is what? This is a, let everybody poll in. Okay. Yes, okay. All right. So 67% of you have got it correct. All right. ठीक है. So I see that 67% of you got it correct. This is what? This is a box and whisker plot. अभी हम पहले we'll understand what it is. Now mark first this one. Now mark this one. What is this? What is this? Mark this. I'm trying to show you the images of all those four options so that you can get an idea. This is very simple. You should not make a mistake. The hint is there in the question only. What is this? Yes, very good. 70% of you are getting it right. All right, great. So I am going to show you the pictures at a stretch only. All right, so that you understand it better. Yes. Okay. ठीक है. All right. Okay, so 70% of you got it right. Now, sometimes in the question only, there's a hint, stem and leaf. So obviously, this is a stem and leaf plot. Okay. Now come to this. Again, the same question, mark it. The options are the same. I just want to show you the figures of all the four so that you can remember it. Yes, mark it. Identify the statistical diagram shown in the photograph. वो क्या है? Identify करो. Okay, so I see 86% of you have got it correct. Think carefully. All of you should get it right. You're getting confused between funnel and forest plot. So I will show you the other picture also. All right. Okay. So 80% of you got it right. This statistical diagram shown over here is a funnel plot. I'll tell you what each one does. Okay. Now mark this. What is this? So at a stretch, you finished 4 image-based questions. Now mark this. What is this? What is left to mark now? So nobody should get it wrong. All right. Okay. So I think we can stop the poll now. This is a forest plot. Now, सबसे पहले, let us go. Are you clear with these images? Keep them in your mind. Let's go to this one first. This is a box and whisker plot. Okay, I'll tell you what does a box and whisker plot do and why did we put it here? Because we were studying about quartiles. Okay, box and whisker plot is one of the best ways to represent quartiles. ठीक है, तो ये कैसे बनता है? ये देखो ऐसे होता है. All right, यहाँ पे एक box होता है. Okay, and here you have your quartiles. One second. Yes, here you have your 3 quartiles. Here you have your 3 quartiles. Okay, this is your Q1, this is your Q2 median, and this is your Q3. So at the edge of the box, we have quartiles which are represented like this. This Q2 is nothing but your median. Okay, and these are your whiskers. Okay, whiskers represent smallest value and greatest values. Okay, now please remember, you do not need to go into too much of a detail because these are mostly PG level questions. What they're going to ask you is the figure. So this is a box and a whisker plot. Okay, and यहाँ box के अंदर एक level ऊपर जाके they can ask you what does this edge represent. So these edge represents Q1 and Q3, first and third quartile, and beach में it represents the median or the second quartile. Okay, and these are the whiskers. So this is the smallest value and this is the greatest value. Is it okay to everybody? Have you understood this? So graphical representation of quartiles. Okay, graphical representation of quartiles is done by, please remember, box and whiskers. And this question, they've not just restricted to AIMS, this is also asked in NEET PG nowadays. Okay, so this is it. The other one, let's come to this figure. This is a stem and leaf figure. This is nothing but a graphical representation of frequencies. Okay, graphical representation of frequencies. अब इसमें देखो कैसे है. This is the stem. 1, 2, 3, 4. We keep on writing it. Now 1 कितने values में आया? 10 में भी है, 15 में भी है. Okay, so we write it as 0, 5. We will not write 31 because 31 is part of 3. Okay, so 3 किसमें है? 1 में भी है, 6 में भी है. Is it okay? You do not need to think about it a lot. Just remember that in a stem and leaf plot, you have a stem and you have a leaf. Your stem is like this. Suppose this is 2. How many leaves are of 2? That means, is there a 22? Is there a 26? Is there a 25, 24? Is it clear to everybody? Give me a thumbs up if this stem and leaf wala thing is clear to all of you. Okay, so exam mein kya hoga? This stem and this leaf will not be written. Okay, you will just be given these numbers. All right, so remember this diagram. So remember the diagram of box and whisker plot. Remember the diagram of stem and leaf. Okay. All right, now this is what? This is nothing but, dekho, this is like a funnel. This is nothing but used to represent publication bias. Just know this term in meta-analysis, nothing else. Okay, this is used to represent publication bias in meta-analysis. Is it okay to everybody? This is like a funnel. ऐसा पिक्चर आएगा आपको. ये पिक्चर में अंदर क्या लिखा है, कैसे होता है, that is a PG level question. For you, they are restricting to what does this figure represent. So this is a publication bias in meta-analysis. Is it okay? All right. Next, what is this? This figure is nothing but a forest plot. So don't get confused. See, इसमें confused नहीं होना है because students end up marking this as forest plot. No. This is a funnel. Look at the shape of it. Okay, it has a good shape to be identified with something. Okay, so this is a funnel and this one is a forest plot. What is a forest plot used to do? This provides a pooled estimate value. Okay, pooled estimate value in meta-analysis. Now, I have already told you meta-analysis is analysis of analysis. If you have done a study on depression among university students, I have done, somebody else has done, Shika has done, Om has done, everybody has done. When I'm doing a meta-analysis, I'm going to do an analysis of all the values that each one of you obtained, and I'm going to provide a pooled estimate. This is this. These are represented by these diamonds, okay? And so this is known as forest plot, and it gives you the pooled estimate in meta-analysis. Is it okay? Give me a thumbs up if it's okay for everybody. All right, okay. Now can we go to the next question, everybody? So once again, just have a look. This is a box and whisker plot for representation of quartiles. This is a stem and leaf diagram for representation of frequencies. बहुत important है, ये सब आजकल पूछते हैं. This is a funnel plot for representation of publication bias, and this is a forest plot for representation of for providing pooled estimate values in meta-analysis. Is it okay? Will you remember these 4 figures? ठीक है? चलो, next go to this. Think very carefully, okay? All of the following shows relationship between 2 variables except. So this question has also come in the NEET PG. So मुझे बताओ, what is the answer to this? Okay, meanwhile you're marking it, please tell me. I have seen a trend over here that when we are talking about, when we are discussing papers, previous year papers, students are more interested in learning. Suppose I'm NEET PG 20. This is just a interaction for a minute. Please give me your suggestions regarding this. That whenever we have, say, a NEET PG 2020 discussion, yeah, FMG 2019 discussion, yeah, AIMS June 2020 paper discussion, students are more interested to learn. So since we are offering free classes for 10 to 11, please give me an honest opinion. Do you want to solve previous year question papers for PSM within the span of I think 15-20 days, or do you want to study topic wise? Please tell me and put in the comment section, because I want more and more students to be here. I have seen earlier we were having 150 students, 100 students, because I have been discussing previous year questions and more people turned up. है ना बच्चे? But now today we just are having biostats. So some of you are turning up. So please tell me, how do you want to go about it? Everybody, please put in, because I don't want this inflow of students to. All right. So again, previous year, topic wise, previous year. Okay. So topic wise, previous year questions. Previous year with topic of that previous year. Okay. So suppose we're talking about biostatistics, then all the questions that have been, what I'm discussing now are questions from previous years only. Make videos on programs if possible. Dr. Neetu, you can visit my YouTube channel, Dr. Neha Taneja's Community Medicine. It has a lot of videos on programs. The link is here also, you'll find it. Okay. Question papers. Okay, so what question paper do you want to discuss tomorrow? Let's go, जैसे हम question papers उठाते हैं and we can discuss 3 topics of the question paper. Put in the comment section below, what question paper do you want to discuss tomorrow? Because you're the best ones to tell us what exactly. For how many days? This is a special class, 10 to 11. All right, so every day we'll be having at 10 to 11. Tomorrow we'll be having it in the afternoon from around 2 p.m. I'll be scheduling it, but from Thursday till I think 25th of July, we'll be having it every day 10 to 11. Okay, FMG NEET and AIMS question paper. So I will do one thing. I will be putting out question papers only. All right, previous years that have been asked, and that ways we should proceed because we'll be getting more and more answers. Okay, so tomorrow I will schedule PSM NEET PG का जो 2020 में आया है, whatever is left, we are still left with 20 questions. Is that okay? Is that okay? Give me a thumbs up if it's fine with all of you. We have had 2 days discussion on that. Tomorrow we'll be having another 20 questions from that. Is it okay? All right, so I want all of you to be there. So let's proceed with previous year questions so that in that 1 hour, you are able to solve as many PSM questions as possible. I think that would be nice, right? Okay. Meanwhile, for National Health Program, बहुत सारे बच्चों ने मुझे request किया है to learn about tuberculosis elimination program. So I will keep 1 day for that lecture also. Okay, National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, the latest changes and all. Is it okay? So tomorrow, yes, we will be doing PGI paper, AIMS paper. So let us go paper wise so that you're able to solve as many MCQs as possible. Also FMG paper, we can have 2 days. Is it okay? Okay, I think that is a better approach because I see a trend when we discuss papers, there's a number of students are there, like more than 100 every time. Okay, so we'll stick to discussing papers so you get an overview of a lot of questions. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to discuss NEET PG 2020. Almost 10 questions are still remaining, 10 to 15. So we will complete them tomorrow. Is it okay? All right. Okay, and tomorrow the class would be around 2 p.m. Is the time okay with everybody? Because I have some work at 10 a.m. So I'll be scheduling it for somewhere 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Is it okay with everybody? And from Thursday onwards, it will be every day at 10 a.m. other than Sundays. Okay? Is it okay? So we'll be doing previous year's MCQs. Okay? All right. Okay, now the question to this was, I saw most of you, a few of you got it wrong. All of the following show relationship between 2 variables except. Now, dekho, the answer to this is line chart. Now, what is correlation coefficient, regression, scatter diagram? Correlation coefficient or scatter diagram is used to represent correlation between 2 quantitative variables. Okay, I've told this earlier also. A scatter diagram is used to represent relationship between 2 quantitative variables like height and weight. ठीक है. So अभी एक figure भी आएगा, you'll get an idea. So that is a scatter diagram and it represents correlation. See, I'll tell you one thing. All right, there are three terms. Listen very carefully. This is very important. Association, correlation, regression. How many of you know the difference between these three terms? Put in the comment section. How many of you know the difference between association, correlation, regression? Just put a yes or a no. These are three very important terms. How many of you know the difference between association, correlation? Bala does not know. Okay, TS does not know. So doesn't. So most of you do not know. Now listen to me very carefully. This is the basis of biostatistics. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Association means that two variables, okay, occur more often than expected by chance. ठीक है बच्चों लोग, two variables occur more often than expected by chance. That means when I'm doing a study on lung cancer, every time smoking is associated. When I'm doing a study on lung cancer, if you are doing a study, if Jashwat is doing a study on lung cancer among boys, he sees smoking is there. Nilakshi is doing, she sees smoking is associated. Snehashish is doing this, sees smoking is associated. So smoking is always associated with lung cancer more often than expected by chance. This association is expressed by what? What is the variables that express strength of association? Guys, go back to your epidemiology, put in the comment section below. See, this is how you link and study. Which is the method or what parameters express the strength of association? Very good. Relative risk and odds ratio. So now is it clear? The term, the meaning of association abhi clear ho gaya? ठीक है. What is correlation? Correlation means what will happen if one value increases or decreases. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Suppose this is weight and this is height. This is my dependent variable. This is my independent variable. Dependent variable is the outcome variable. So what happens to the weight of a person when there is a change in the height of a person, say by 1 unit? Okay, and this is represented by scatters like this, dots like this. If you draw a line, this line will cut through maximum dots. Okay, so correlation means if there is 1 unit increase in height, how much is the change in weight? Okay, that weight could increase also, decrease also. That is given by correlation coefficient. Abhi hum dekhenge. Is it okay? Did you understand the meaning of correlation? Suppose here I have vitamin A intake. ठीक है, यहाँ पे I have intestinal cancer. So इसको मैं कैसे represent करूंगी? By a scatter diagram. That means, sorry, this will be a negative one, because if if 1 unit intake of vitamin A will lead to how many units decline in intestinal cancer. Okay, so that is the meaning of correlation. एक बढ़ेगा तो दूसरे पे क्या असर होगा? ठीक है. And what is regression? Regression means that how many, like lung cancer की बात करें, lung cancer is say an outcome variable. Okay, it is associated with smoking. So smoking is an independent variable. How many other independent variables exist that affect lung cancer? Now you're okay with it? So regression say we are trying to study how many other variables are associated with a particular outcome variable. Is it clear to everybody? Give me a thumbs up if this concept is clear to everybody. Give me a thumbs up, every one of you. Give me a thumbs up अगर आपको ये समझ आया. These 3 terms are very important. Now come back to this MCQ. This is very important. All of the following show relationship between. Okay, ma'am, please repeat. Okay, देखो association क्या होता है? ध्यान से सुनो. Nobody is going to tell you these 3 terms. Okay, regression, association हो गया. Two variables occur more often than expected by chance. Whenever we talk about lung cancer, smoking is there. Anybody who is performing a study on smoking in the universe. All right, yes, soul. All right, okay. Whenever we talk about lung cancer, smoking is always going to be associated, a term associated with it. Okay, so it means Two variables occur more often than expected by chance. That is association. What is correlation? Correlation means what is going to happen to my dependent variable or my outcome variable if there is a change in my independent variable. Like, what is, like this figure, what is going to happen to the weight of a person if there is 1 unit change in height of the person? All right, that is correlated. How these two things are correlated? If one increases, what happens to the other? Does it increase, decrease, or it remains the same? All right, okay. And what is regression? Regression is nothing but one value, okay, one outcome variable like lung cancer is, is associated with how many other, is dependent on how many other independent variables. It's not that lung cancer is only dependent on smoking. There are other variables also in which it is dependent. So regression shows the effect of all those variables together on my outcome, which is, say in this case, lung cancer. Now, do you understand this concept? Now, do you understand? Give me a thumbs up if you understand this concept, guys. Please don't forget these terms, okay? So, if you come back to this question, all of the following show relationship between two variables except. So, obviously, correlation coefficient is showing a relationship. I just told you if one increases, what is the effect on another? Done. Regression, I told you relationship hai, there exists a relationship between an outcome variable and the other variables. Scatter diagram is used to represent correlation between two variables. Okay, what is line chart? Line chart is nothing but figure ऐसे आता है. This is how a line chart looks. A line chart could be like this, could be like this. This is nothing but it shows the trends of event over a period of time. Okay, what does this mean? This means that how many cases of, say, measles occurred in June, July, August, September, winters versus summer. So this shows a trend of event over a period of time. The frequencies could increase, could decrease, could increase, could decrease, could remain same like this. Okay, so this is not showing an association between two variables. This is just showing a trend of an event. How are cases of measles progressing? Is it okay? Yes, Kajal, are you thinking something? Is everybody clear with this concept? Trend of events over a period of time. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया? So this is very, very important. All right, this is what is represented by a line graph. Is it okay? So please remember the terms association, correlation, regression, and also this figure of line chart or line graph. This represents trend. Yes, COVID trend could be represented by a line graph. All right. Okay, can we go to the next question for the day? All right, let's do one more question. Very easy. This was just a repeated question. Mark it. I just keep giving this question so that you don't get confused between a histogram and a bar diagram. I want all of you to mark it correctly. Nobody should see. That is what is happening. That some of you still get confused between a bar chart and a histogram. What is a histogram and what is the bar chart? Histogram is used to represent quantitative data. Okay? Bar chart is used to represent qualitative data. Okay? All right. Okay, so I'll just share your leaderboards also once so that you can have an idea of how many of you marked the 14 questions. What was your scoring? TS is leading 11 out of 14. So see, people still end up making mistakes in biostatistics. Okay, there is nothing to worry. Keep attending the classes. You will get to it. All right. Okay. All right. So this figure was nothing but a histogram. All right, why is it a histogram? Histogram does not have space between the bars. Okay, let me show you another figure if I have. Yes, this, what is this? Mark this answer once. What is this? I'm telling you, Jashwit, what is this? What is this? This has space between the bars. So what is it? Histogram is used to represent a quantitative data. Bar graph is used to represent qualitative data. So 90% of you got it correct. Okay, let's stop the timer and discuss it. Now here what is happening? Here it is happening that there is space between the bars. So when there is space between the bars, it is a bar diagram. Okay, this is the most versatile of all statistical diagrams. Okay, and this is one of the most commonly used. Okay, so this is very important. Most versatile of all statistical diagrams, most commonly used, and you have what? You have space between the bars. Okay, this represents a bar diagram, discrete data. Discrete data matlab it will represent, say, gender. So it can only have two values like male, female, or a transgender. Somebody cannot be between, there will be no in between values, or religion. Okay, somebody could be Muslim, Hindu, Christian. You cannot be in between Hindu and Muslims. All right, so that is what a bar diagram does. So last thing that I will write for the day is representation of data. Okay, what are the methods that represent quantitative data, and what are the methods or graphs that represent qualitative data? Pay very good attention. Quantitative data, most important is histogram. Okay, this is best to represent continuous variables like height, weight, okay, mean, BP. What are continuous variables? Those variables that can also take in between values. Okay, फिर हो गया तुम्हारा are you with me? Give me a thumbs up. Frequency polygon, frequency curve. ठीक है, all of them ask you questions like all of the following represent quantitative data except. Okay, then you have a line chart. Okay, you also have a ogive, yes, Anurag, or a cumulative frequency curve. Okay, and the last one is a scatter diagram. So this you need to remember. All right, yes, Anurag. For qualitative, most important is bar graph. फिर आता है आपका pie chart, फिर आता है आपका pictogram, okay, and also spot map. Is it okay? Is it okay to everybody? All right. Okay, so just remember, keep in mind the MCQs that biostats ka we did today, and also please keep in mind the also keep in, yes, Venn diagram is also there. Okay, Venn diagram come chance hai, they're going to ask you, but you must know the common ones. Okay, and tomorrow, is it okay? Then we will be sticking to previous year question paper discussions. All right, so in that way, 1 hour you'll be able to get an idea of a lot of topics, and you'll be able to mark a lot of things. Okay, yes, so we are here almost continuously for 15 days, 10 to 11. I will meet you. Tomorrow the session will not be able to be conducted at 10 a.m. It will be conducted at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Is the time okay with you? 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Is it okay? All right, so that time we're going to discuss all the remaining NEET PG 2020 MCQs. Is it okay? Then another day I will schedule for AIMS का जो 2020 में आया है या 2019 में आया है, that we can discuss. Is it okay to everybody? All right, you can keep suggesting me. Please visit my Telegram link. This is the Telegram code. This is my Instagram. This is my YouTube. Use my referral code Dr. Neha 10. Get a 10% off on UNACADEMY. Thank you, Jashwit. If you like the class, please visit my UNACADEMY profile. Drop in a few good words. That motivates us also, teachers. All right, and my crash course on PSM is starting from 13th of July to 14th of August. Just take 1 month subscription and you can get an access to all 19 educators who will be teaching you live. Online teaching is the call of the day now. All right, so tomorrow around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. we will have the class and we will be talking about previous year's papers. Is that okay? Okay, so give me a thumbs up if it's fine with everybody. All right. Okay, so be healthy, be safe. Today at 5 p.m. I'm doing a YouTube session on all high yielding topics of PSM. What you need to study for NEET PG 2021. Do come and visit. These topics are also common for FMG and most of the other entrance examinations. Okay, 5 p.m. on YouTube. So hope to see you all there. Is it MCQ wise? Jashwit, we are having a discussion on what important topics have to be covered in PSM. Okay, tomorrow everything will be a previous year MCQ question. So we will keep the name as PSM quick revision with previous year's papers. Is it okay? That suits all of you. PSM quick revision with previous year's paper. All right. Okay. And एक दिन we will keep for tuberculosis elimination program. ठीक है? Otherwise, we are having PSM quick revision with previous year paper. So every day I'll be putting out one paper. Tomorrow, previous year NEET PG 2020 paper. उसके अगले दिन previous year NEET PG AIMS FMG का कोई एक paper. Then AIMS 2020 paper. So on. Is it okay? All right, chalo, take care, everybody. See you at 5 o'clock. Please use my code DocNeha10. Get a 10% off on UNACADEMY. And yeah, have a good day, all of you. Study hard. Don't worry. Health is your priority. Okay. Drop in a few good words on my UNACADEMY profile too. Do visit it once. Okay.